Okay, in this video, we're going to cover setting up your dock, which is this down here. Um, you can have this with a lot of different settings that can magnify as you mouse over it. It can auto hide. I just kind of like mine like this. I don't really care for the magnification too much, and I don't really need it to auto hide because we set up our gestures in some earlier videos where you can use 4 fingers and swipe between maximized apps. And we also set up expose that shows all of the open apps, so you can change the order of that, and we'll cover that in some later videos. So what I want to do is system preferences I can access through the Apple menu right here. This is the App Store, which I can access right here. So I'm going to go ahead and option remove from dock. We can also take and just lift something off the dock until it says remove and remove it. I don't use iTunes. I do use iBooks, but not that often, and when I do, I just hit F4 and go find iBooks right here. So I don't need to keep iBooks in there because I don't use it often enough to keep it in the dock. So we're already getting a lot of room. FaceTime I use occasionally. If I'm working with a client and they have a Mac and they want to FaceTime, I use Skype a lot because most people have that, and that's what businesses want to use. If I'm dealing with an agency, they'll normally Skype me in onto a TV that's in a conference room with a Skype camera. So I don't use FaceTime that often, and if I do, I can open it. I don't run an iPhone and I don't run an iPad. I had the Retina iPad, and I don't really like the iPad that much personally. You have to customize it a lot to do web development on the go. It seemed like a good option, but to access servers and to edit code and live edit files, it's easier to use the Android phone and the tablet on the go. So I have a Nexus 6 phone, and I have a Galaxy Tab S 10.5, and I have the Samsung keyboard for that. So this messages doesn't really do anything for me because I don't have the iPhone or the iPad or anything that would coordinate with that. So you might want to use it. I do use photos, but not that often, so I'm going to remove that from the dock. Maps I do not use. This is good if you want to look something up again and send it to your iPhone. I don't know that much about it because I don't use it. Reminders is okay because that shows up on your iPad and your iPhone, and you can also have it show in your notification center over here. But I don't use reminders, and because I'm not in the Apple ecosystem with my mobile devices, I don't use that either. My contacts, I sync all that with Google, and I do it all on Android. The mail, I don't use the mail app. Everything is in Gmail, and I pull in any other email accounts into my Gmail interface. I don't use Safari as my default browser. I use it occasionally, so it doesn't really need to be in my dock. My calendar I don't use. I do all that, and Google also. We're going to remove that from dock. Notes I do not use. I put everything in Google Docs because then I can access them on my phone and on my tablet. This launcher I occasionally click on because it's the same thing as hitting F4, so sometimes when I'm looking for an app, I do it that way. So now, one thing that I do add is Chrome launcher. So we're just going to go to Google and type in get Chrome launcher and hit enter, and right here, first link. So we went to Google and typed in get Chrome launcher. We clicked on this first one for chrome.google.com/webstore/launcher, and when I click this, it's going to add this thing to my dock. So you saw my dock go away and come back up. So now I can close this and quit Chrome, and you see this is permanently here. When I click this, it's going to open up the option to launch all these different apps. So this is how I access everything. These are extensions that I have for Chrome, so you're not going to see some of these. Like I have Feedly, and I have this other thing. I have Hootsuite. Trello I use a whole lot. I'll make a lot of videos about that. But you'll have all the core Google apps right here, and if you don't want to use the gestures on the trackpad, I'm using 2 fingers to swipe back and forth when I'm in this main area. So this is really fast for me, and this is a very intuitive way for me to use these. So I keep that in the center, and we're going to expand this dock out because we've got some more apps that we're going to need that we're going to use, but that's going to be another video. So that's how you install the Chrome launcher and remove things from your dock. So we're ready to now install web development specific programs.